all of the new changes that have hit Summoner's Rift in terms of champion changes and jungle adjustments, we're just getting the same shit that we got in 2025. It's just Xin Zhao and Wukong. Able to continue this lead into something more meaningful. I look at this EDG roster and I look at the scaling power that Yunara and Azir are going to have over this Talia and Misfortune, who are way more, at least Misfortune is far more ult dependent and Talia is just kind of bursty. Moving first, Perukia a little late on the rotation. So this should be all three grubs going the way of LGD.
But we can also see, I mean, the bot lane of EDG is moving up. They're going to probably want to try and get at least something back, but they're just too late to the pit. That's already too secured, and the members of LGD taking those grubs have an easy way to get over the wall. So all in all, it is actually just a couple of resources lost.
At how well LGD can try and blow this game wide open, because that is going to be when they are strongest. However, EDG find a pocket where Xiaoya is unprotected under the bot lane and looking very submissible and diveable. That is first blood going over to EDG.
Yeah, no flash there for Xiaoya. Has nowhere to go. YCX isn't in that area, and Hong is in the mid lane, so...
To pull up the ability names and be like, okay, what does this do? What is this called? What is this called? Hang on, Xiaohao. They're looking for a pick from LGD, but it's Perukia that goes in, punts away Tongyuan because he got stunned on the Unraveled Earth, and the bullet time rips that cow to shred. Perukia is able to get away, but he can't say the same about Angel and Leave. They got caught out, and that's the fate of Warfare secured by LGD.
Said they needed to play on Rafa. They find their moment, and now they are going to get their third objective of the game, and those 3 kills as a top lane 1v1 isn't suing, though.
ZDZ hits him with the W and pulls Sasa back. Sasa still has a leap strike and a flash. Finally uses it, but Xiaohao is right there to follow up with his own. The Crescent Guard gives him a little bit of reprieve, and the rest of EDG get out alive.
Yeah, the bouncing bullet as well hits onto Leave, so he's going to be forced to just kind of, you know, depart the fight entirely. And this will give another green light over to LGD. Hey, I mean, you don't kill him, but you incapacitate the guy, right? You kind of knock him out a little bit, and that basically is the next best thing. You don't get the gold, but you give yourself a numbers advantage, and EDG going to respect that, not contest. And again, another objective just owned here from LGD as Angel.
Oh, Angel was waiting. Tongyuan still has a flash. Is he not going to pop it?
Difference just a little bit because you know, have stats. You have gold stats, basically, as, ooh, hang on, Xiaohao.
Nice knock-up setup from Perukia. He pops his ultimate, gets the damage reduction. Flash from YCX. Here comes the TP. Oh, God! No! ZDZ just gets blown to smithereens. No chance to do anything in that fight. LGD are able to deal with that threat easily. Angel tries to slide over the wall and flashes away before Sasa could hit him with that counter-strike stun. LGD burn a ton of flashes from the side of EDG, but now they're going to look to turn this dragon and convert it into a 3-dragon lead. Xiaohao gets vision. Thanks to that wind, becomes lightning over the wall. Can try and use the Audacious Charge to get in there. Perukia tries to step up, create some space for Leave. Angel Xiaosa steals it! He secures the first dragon of the game for EDG, and Leave is just ready to take over this fight, but he gets too close to the sun and burns himself alive. It's all up to Xiaohao. Is he the only full health member? He flashes over the seismic shove. Look at Xiaohao go, but he's in a 1v3. Not even Thanos could turn this fight around, but he's gonna die his damnedest, but it's not enough. The 5-0 Xin Zhao finally goes down.
To immediately go, Otacon is already to half HP, and it's an Otacon dance, Mark.
Xiaohao is going to keep it leashed up. 6k HP so far. Hong has to get back into the pit to make sure that they do not let this go away for free. YCX tries to force the engage, but he's really far from the rest of the team. He gets blasted. ZDZ trying to buy some space as Xiaohao pops the Crescent Guard. Good Emperor's Wall from Angel tries to create space, but Tongyuan is coming off the retreat route. ZDZ with the Grim Deliverance. Not enough damage. Leave, and Angel, it's all up to them, but it's a 1v3. And the Shuriman Emperor stands alone under the tower. It's going to force LGD back. Hong's still alive, so he can secure the Otacon for himself, and he goes back in, and he sends Angel back to the fountain. LGD pick up the ace at 21 minutes, and the Otacon is their last prize.
And the Emperor, he digs his own tomb as LGD get their first ace of the game. And honestly, Mark, the moment that Xin Zhao goes down...
Another free 5 minutes to scale on up.
They can, and they're going to have to make the most of it. I mean, you can't really fight for this soul point And like you said, Soul is not currently in danger. Any kind of misstep that EDG make, and that could just be kind of a farewell to your chances, especially with the Baron coming up in about a minute and a half as well. You get caught out face if you're Angel, and so that wave clear, it just doesn't feel sustainable long term at this point. Is Angel?
He goes Zonya's, or the Seeker stasis just in time to block out the Solar Flare. Perukia pops the ultimate, flashing away from what could have been another CC chain from the side of LGD. Decent tools already expended by EDG. LGD just might think about Rip the Baron here.
And teleport from Angel, he's going to really have to try and get this kill because they are investing a lot. They're actually investing 3 members, Rafa. They're giving up the Baron for this.
Yep, they just said, you know what, let's just take a free kill and deny Sasa any ability to push the wave even further. That is the Baron awarded to LGD.
Forces EDG to abandon that top side, and now it might be them really just rubbing it in their faces. Perukia is completely isolated.
He was trying to ward off for Angel, but unfortunately, Angel doesn't have enough mana to make his own escape. Leave doing a decent job in chunking out Hong's health bar. EDG, the fact that, yes, they're about to spike on these 3 items, which is great for the champions, you have to cut through massive damage coming out from the Xiaoya Misfortune. And ZDZ now going to get caught out of the side lane as he committed his life to make sure that he could get some extra global gold in taking that tier 1 turret. But that is 1 member gone for EDG.
The, grip continues to squeeze the air out of EDG's windpipe, Rafa, in game number 1.
Oh, and Leave is forced to flash. Just good seismic shove from Tong Yuen, forcing that critical summon to spell out of the AD carry for EDG. Angel was thinking about maybe looking for a fancy shuffle, but they've got to deal with the waves pushing in from the left side. Sasa and Hong take out an inhibitor without any contest.
Want to be outfitted with as much cool stuff from the shopkeeper as possible.
Wait, if EDG can find LGD members, they haven't spent any of their gold. That gold lead isn't actually fake. CDZ gets a pick on the Tong Yuen. He still has a flash. He's going to burn it anytime. No! The wind becomes lightning's the first one that pierces him. CDZ now goes into the Grim Deliverance and has the passive fully stacked up. This is a massive throw from EDG, or LGD, I should say, if they cannot clean up this fight. Hong trying to see if he can get back into the fight and look for an angle. Cyclone was already expended. Bullet time tries to rip through. Xiao Hao already expended a third of his HP, flashing over the wall.
So tanky.
It's a massive knockup, and Angel just can't get the job done. Leave was already taken out of the fight. EDG thought they had a window, but LGD proved that they are too powerful to deal with. You can see it in Xiao Hao's face. The look of disappointment and frustration. LGD wiped the floor with them.
And LGD building up to this all game long. Finally, when EDG have the 3 item spikes, when their champions are at their best, it is LGD who demolish them, put them in the dirt, and say, despite you getting those item spikes, we just win. We've got the gold. We'll slap you with our wallets, and we'll slap you across the face in game number 1.
Bim slap style, baby. LGD take the 4th dragon of the game. Hextech Soul on their side. And LGD are going to ride this minion wave into the base. 13 seconds on Perukia, 3 seconds on Xiao Hao. CDZ just spawning now. Looks like it might be enough for LGD to reconsider whether they want to go for the game-winning push right now, as Angel does erect a Shuriman statue to try and hold out for a Hail Mary. Perukia. Knock up onto 2. Tong Yuen goes golden. YCX pushed to the side. Angel tries to create space with the Emperor's Divide once again. Hong is pushed back. They're kiting this monkey out. Hong is going to get dropped. He still has a GA though. Perukia just keeping Sasa out of the fight. Angel has got to do everything he can, but it's just not enough. Xiao Hao, once again, the last man standing, but dies upon impact, dashing through the unraveled earth, and it's game 1 going over to LGD. I'm so ready. You would never ever see me that excited for a Malphite in any other circumstance, but just because he's been buffed in the jungle, he is like a shiny new toy.
He pops W now. God, I miss old Udyr. He was a turtle, now he's what? A boar. As hold on, Hong is here.
Iron Boar stance. Hey, we called it. Hong says, hey, I'm level 3 and Leave, you are pushed way too far for my liking. Leave has got nowhere to go, and he knows that there is no chance in getting out even with a flash, so it's first blood for LGD.
And Hung is also in the area, so it should just be a free dragon for LGD, and early enough to where they will actually be able to react to the grubs on that top side.
Yep. It's just really good timing from LGD. And Vi has some weaknesses when it comes to jungle clears and whatnot. Single target objectives is not one of them because she does max health damage and she shreds those dragons very easily. Sasa in a world of trouble though. Perukia gonna start off the dive here. And yeah, that was pretty crystal clean from EDG's side. That's a kill going over to Leaves Varus. Pockets sooner than later. Hong has wrapped around, but he is caught out on vision, and Perukia is playing it cool. Wait. They're laying the trap. Hong thinks that he's behind enemy lines, unspotted, but surprise! It's a trap card laid down by EDG, and Hong is caught out right before the grubs.
Hong was like, I'm going to just run it back. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Leave is never going to suspect that I am actually on the floor. Oh, wait, Leave actually suspected it as... Yeah, the play, the wraparound that Hung was looking for on this Vi just completely falls flat. EDG now gonna get all 3 grubs, which is an improvement over what we saw in last game where LGD owned both of the first 2 objectives to spawn. Now, it's just 1 split apiece, where he doesn't instantly die after he actually completes his mission. And you could see they are just starting up the dragon. EDG have kind of dissipated, aren't fully together here on this bot side fight. Can Xiaohao get a steal, though, is the question.
He ults
Oh my god, he got it again!
Dragon! Oh my god, Xiaohao comes in! Shockwave on top of the Magnet Storm! Not too much damage for the side of EDG. It's gonna be up to the rest of the members to follow it on up. The flash in! He's into the pit! Leave is trying to lay down arrows as fast as possible! Xiaohao is forced to flash out of the pit! Absolute chaos in the bottom river! And it's EDG that come up on top! An ace and 12 minutes! Of a 5-minute window. Rift Herald has been up for a couple minutes here. And so EDG say to themselves, you know what? LGD, try and steal this from us. We dare you.
I don't think anyone's getting revenge on the smite this time, but Hung maybe wants to get revenge after the fact. YCX?
YCX does find 2 with the Pop Blossom. Angel caught out. The Shockwave stalls it out, and Hong just can't get enough damage into the backline. And ZDZ is now looking for Shalia. Dodges out in the Unstoppable Force, but Xiaohao is hot on his trails. Gets knocked up by the Natofo strikes, and it's a completely different story in the second game of the series. It's EDG running the show this time.
I mean, EDG, they're running the show. They've got control of the reviews. This production is completely owned. Was a desperate attempt there from LGD, and unfortunately, EDG just react better.
And the Guinsu's Rage Blade. If there's any single member that steps up to Leave and doesn't stop him from auto-attacking, he just is going to shred you in a matter of seconds.
Really good game so far from Leave, but you got to remember, it is off the back of just such a beautiful sequence of events from the top side in that second dragon fight. LGD now really going to struggle, I feel, to get back into this game. Tung Yuan and Heng, we said they were the guys that needed to step up in this game. When you've got the Vi, when you've got the Akali, it makes it really easy to single out one particular member. You know, on how to build Malphite, you know, he's locked into this Sunfire and this Thornmail, you know, duo. First 2 items, but Hung has access to the Malphite in the next game, and maybe he is more in line with you, as it doesn't look like he's in line anymore. He's just going to be taken out of line silently. Another kill over to EDG like that.
Otacon hasn't broken the leash circle yet. ZDZ walks completely around and looking to cut off the LGD members from their escape path. Xiaohao already using the Unstoppable Force just to get on Xiaoya's tail. YCX looks for the backline with that Pop Blossom. Hong run on top of Angel as well. The rest of the backline trying to do what they can, but Leave is just firing one arrow after another and shreds LGD's divers before they can get the job done. And Tong Yuan is forced to flee. The Otacon belongs to EDG.
Yeah, Leave survives all of the pressure that LGD attempt to put onto him. He had both summoners, and he just dances around that corridor in the jungle. EDG effortlessly. How desperate LGD are to get 1 kill back. If they're not able to assassinate the ADC mark, that is a very bad sign.
And it might just be too late now that he's picked up a Wit's End, so Tong Yuan's damage is going to be very minimal. And good night, Salsa. You're getting a piece of the rock show right now. Xiaohao giving him the clap. 1, 2, 3. Down goes he. Saucy Sasa, I should say, back to the gray screen and the fountain.
This top side for EDG, right? I mean, these guys stayed after the 2025 season and were really renowned for their stability, their, you know, ability to be really consistent, be able to play around bot lane, and overall just have resources and have enough stuff in the tank possible for Leave to make when they are ahead in the early game. Like a waiting room, kind of like a dentist's office that they go in before they wait to spawn, and then they come back to said waiting room after they're killed. As Perukia might have to go to that waiting room.
Oh no! Perukia! The ultimate win con for LGD to get back in the game is to stall for Xiaoya to get enough items. However, Hong is about to get the same treatment that Perukia just got. All out from ZDZ brings him into the waiting arms of EDG, and without a jungler on the side of LGD.
Tower on that bot side. You can see that Tong Yuan is looking to maybe get some gold, but that is just going to be at best a participation award. And now Sasa is just completely caught out.
Yeah, the shockwave already expended there. They are taking a while to kill this guy because he is casting multiple uses of that shield stance.
They've been so dominant in their control of Summoner's Rift that LGD, you're hitting these spikes, that's great and all, but I feel like it is also too late now to really do anything, but you're going to have to eventually test it out and fight as EDG are continuing to just put pressure now onto your base.
Double cannon minions empowered by the Baron buff. Shockwave hits two. Xiaoya already chunked. The YCX Pop Blossom goes for the counter engage onto Angel, but they just can't get the job done. Tong Yuan tries to go in with the perfect execution, but Xiao Hao's already eliminated Xiaoya from the play. He's about to get a double kill for himself. Leaf picks up the double in the end, and EDG wipe the floor with LGD, pick up the ace at 27 minutes, and now they will award themselves game 2 and push us to game 3.
And it was the EDG top side that started this train of dominance in the game from that early dragon fight. They got this under their thumb, and now it'll be the top side to blow up this Nexus to take us to game 3. A beautiful display of the Malphite jungle. This is what you wanted to take a look at with this character. Dives that EDG will inevitably attempt to do. And my biggest question is just how, or my biggest question going into game number 2 was how the Malphite Orianna ball delivered.
Hong does finish his full clear on the bottom side, and he has the push from LGD's bot lane, so that he should be able to... Wait, Perukia has snuck around. He's going to show up mid lane at level 2. These are the crazy roams that I've come to know and love about Perukia ever since his debut in Split 3, and Angel doesn't even die. Are you kidding me? That's EDG with first blood.
Yeah, Angel managing to live, and Perukia picks up the first kill of the game. ZDZ is left all by his lonesome, but I feel like he's more than happy to be in this situation now, though. It's an attempted dive here. Can he survive it?
Kasante's pretty tanky, but not early on. He does shrug off a bit of damage, and YCX is forced to drop the turret aggro for now, but they can easily reset it. They still have 2 more minions to play around. Unstoppable already used off of the Pathmaker. Hong flashes in, hits him back into the turret, and YCX is the one that gets the kill credit.
Like 45 seconds after it spawns, they're just daring EDG to match them in any of these fights, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just are constantly maneuvering Xiaoya around these skirmishes so that he gets maximum opportunities to get that cash out.
True. Side River ready to play for these grubs, and they have to be careful, or at least if you are LGD, looking for that dredge line, forcing Perukia to flash away. There's no Pop Blossom available from this Nico. He's only level 5. They managed to secure 1 grub for themselves on the side of EDG. LGD is trying to do their best to get the rest of them for themselves.
The last one resets, and now it's really just anyone's game. Again, all of those ultimates are available for EDG. How are they going to pull the trigger, though, and when?
Angel Shockwave doesn't land. 2-man Shockwave onto Xiao Hao and Perukia! And the Unstoppable Force force is used, but he goes down. The rock monster is taken out of the fight, and LGD are gonna rout off ZDZ from the rest of EDG because he's got no backup waiting for him. LGD swing big and get a big fight at 8 minutes into the game.
And crucially, Xiaoya gets the cash out. The Draven gets a massive injection of gold. And they just instantly lose 2 members. ZDZ is completely caught out, and all of the gold is... Sasa's just dead! Whoa!
Taken out of the fight easily. Xiaohao kind of forced to just use his ultimate as soon as possible.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, he's going to use the Unstoppable Force on the Sasa, trying to cut him off before he gets to that blast cone, knocks him over. I mean, Sasa's still on the wrong side of the map here, but he is out of danger for now. But he's not going to be long for this world. He's looking for another blast cone to try and delay as much time as possible. Takes the blast cone over to Angel's side. And at this point, Sasa is just really wasting a lot of EDG's time, but it is a kill in the end for the squad. Driving this structure, EDG are going to have to invest more resources just to defend it, which they're trying to do right now, killing the entire minion wave before LGD can knock them out. Shockwave on the 3 once again. The death charge rips apart EDG, and Xiaohao still has Unstoppable Force, but he's going to die with the ultimate in his back pocket. EDG, it's not the second game of the series story that we were expecting with this composition.
And I just really struggle to, you know, find a way where they can actually navigate this now. Sasa might find a difficult way to navigate out of this.
The placement of that ball shockwave from Angel allows Sasa to still be scooped up even after the flash. Xiaohao did have to commit his ultimate as well to guarantee the kill.
Oh, yeah, he just spawned it right out of the gate. I don't know if that was a misclick or if that was intentional, but the Herald, I don't believe it's going to actually kill it. Okay, it pseudo kills it. Left it on 1 HP, kind of like that dragon in game number 2. Xiaoya is going to be able to, you know, claim that. And now, you know, both outer towers for EDG.
This will be the 3rd dragon of the game going their way, and with it being a Mountain Soul
teleport.
That is one that EDG would love to have. No way that Xiaohao can get in range to steal it because he's too far away. Dredgeline to snag Perukia, trying to stop him from being able to find a Pop Blossom and force the fight on their side. Equalizer slows down the engage from EDG. ZDZ, Xiaohao right on top, the Shockwave, the Pop Blossom, the Wombo combo from EDG. Do they have enough damage? It's a lot of CC coming through, and Leave finally gets the job done as he brings out the mop and sweeps them all under the rug. That's dual power for EDG star carry.
And that just means EDG can continue threatening this area, saying, you know, I dare you to walk into us as a Malphite, as a Nico, and as a Kaisa. We want you to engage into us. As that Otacon, it's just being burned away. LGD actually can't do anything. They can't walk up.
Yeah, LGD, I mean, it would have to rely on YCX to make the engage or be the one to face tank all the damage. Shockwave clips one into Perukia. Equalizer kind of goes wide. Knockup from the death charge only hits 2, and EDG just saying, that's 1, 2, 3 tools gone. Tonggyuan does blow up Perukia, so there's no Pop Blossom available, but Xiaohao is waiting for the right moment to use the Unstoppable Force. He's down below 50% HP. Has to be careful. The rest of EDG are starting to walk this one back. Leave is starting to channel the recall and to try and deny Mountain Soul away from LGD. The question is, do LGD want to play for it? Do they want to bet their entire game off of this dragon? They can't get into the pit, but they're trying to posture in a way that denies EDG a safe route back to mid lane to see if they can get any meaningful damage onto the tier 2 turret, but the rest of EDG have already circled around to the safety through their jungle, and there's nothing else that LGD can get done. Oh, Shockwave clips him, and that's just easy follow-up for EDG, finding Hong in the middle of the jungle. Things are getting tense here in this game 3. EDG going for one pick after another. Oh no, YCX! Oh no! Down goes YCX. He's gonna be gone from Seminary. Everybody wants to be my. And Angel with the Shockwave once again, placing it so that even Tonggyuan with the flash still gets clipped by it. Control that they can forcefully establish.
Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be. It's just unfortunate here.
LGD trying to pressure EDG off of the dragon, but Xiaohao is healthy enough that he's going to try to burn it down with the power of these W's and these claps and the seismic slams. ZDZ is caught by the dredge line, but he's way too tanky. And despite not having Unstoppable Force, Xiaohao still has it. Perukia! 3-man Pop Blossom right on the top. Xiaohao trying to follow on top, and Leave finds Xiaoya. That's the coffin marksman gone for LGD, and one by one they begin to drop. Hong is the only member left standing, and EDG are about to barrel down the mid lane.
And who needs a shockwave? Who needs an unstoppable force? It's a Pop Blossom from Perukia, the EDG project of 2025, the man who came in on split 3 that EDG put so much faith into. Well, their faith is so well rewarded as they win the fight. They deny the soul yet again, and the Baron is a foregone conclusion, Rafa. See that there is the Zhonya's for Angel. They are drafting for this last fight, this next fight, to be their last, because they know if they win, it'll close the game. Look at Leaf. He just goes forward without fear.
Oh my god! Leave with the Void Seeker, just snipes Hong in the back, and even the hammer knocked him out of Dong Yuen's own shockwave. Unfortunate, coincidental. I don't even know if that was planned or not, but just not the series of events that LGD were hoping to see, and everything has fallen apart here at 30 minutes for LGD. Meanwhile, EDG are on the victory march, 6,000 gold ahead, pushing through with 2 Baron-empowered cannon minions on their side.
They're gonna keep knocking at the door of LGD. They bust it open. Tower gone. Inhibitor likely to follow. There's also the wave crashing in mid, so they might be just looking for a double inhibitor here. They have to be careful, though. If they overstay their welcome, if they give an opening to LGD, they could turn it around. And there is a dragon in a little less than 2 minutes, so they probably back off after this inhibitor, spend their gold, and get ready for another fight.
You just think, oh, if we can just walk up and try and go for a Dragon Steel, in what world do you get to walk through this entire bot side jungle with double inhibitors down?
You know, I bet Hung, I bet a jungler how can just use his ultimate to go forward. Angel can find a shockwave. The damage that the turrets can provide and the safety that they provide does not exist anymore. So I think LGD are really smart to say, you know what, that tier 2, they have cleared out this mid lane wave, so they could fight for it.
Oh boy.
Maybe not.
Well, Hong, you have been chosen, my friend, to die. Shockwave pulls him out of the sky. Xiaoya tries to flash away and is limping at the best pace possible. EDG are going to make short work of that Draven. And with 2 members gone, I think that's enough for EDG to put an end to this series. They're going to use 2 minions to try and push in. Xiaohao is willing to tank the turret shots just for their push, but LGD are able to kill it thanks to the power of that equalizer. But another minion wave is coming in soon, Quacks, and this is the final nail in the coffin for LGD.
I mean, Hong comes up in about 10 seconds. Xiaoya in about 20, but I don't think it's going to be enough time. You don't have that time. EDG are going in for one last fight.
Perukia throws out the Pop Blossom, Salsa, and YCX doing everything they can to defend the last structures of their base. Hong comes back from the grave, gets clipped by the shockwave, slow down. Leave is gonna fire everything into his back, and that's it, folks. LGD going down to EDG, and ADG take the series 2-1.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.